I made a post recently where I asked everyone, what topics would you like for me to cover that I have not talked about yet? And I got some pretty good responses. And one of those is rebuilding credit or building credit. So I'm going to talk about that today with you all and give you my viewpoints on that subject and my personal experience with that. But before we dig into that, if you enjoy this kind of content and have not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. It is free and it gets the channel visible to more people just like you who are watching right now. I thank you at a time. Now let's dive in. So I made a post about topics that people wanted me to talk about that I haven't really addressed at all in the space, and one person wrote that wanted to know, if you wanted to start traveling, but your credit is bad, or you know you would need to rebuild your credit. Like, what are some things that can be done? What recommendations do I have? So, as a person that's gone through this, and I give you this video right here that I did, where yeah, I was very raw in it and very point blank and honest with you, because I have not always had good credit. I've had my credit's been up and down, you know, my entire life. So um, I talked about my most recent credit, my own personal credit score crash, and where life went into the toilet, and uh, I basically had nothing but the clothes on my back, basically. And I talk about, my credit going down to, like, if I remember correctly, I think it was like down to like 540 at the very bottom of where I was at. Um, and I talked about how my credit got reestablished. Now, it was kind of a bizarre thing, um, because not just credit cards will help with your credit score. Um, I- so to answer that question from that person, there's several things you can do. My way was not exactly how I was planning to do it, but it actually worked out okay. Um, Number one, of course, our credit cards, right? Number one, our credit cards. And if your credit, if your credit is bad, if you've defaulted on a lot of credit cards and loans and all that, you can try a couple different things. I don't I don't know that a car I would say probably a secured card is the best way to go. That's the number one way I would go, is a secured credit card. Now, what is a secured credit card? A secured credit card is basically a card where you basically apply for a credit card. You get approved for the application, and the bank it wants you to give them money to secure that card. So basically, you are giving them money to say that to back up what credit they're going to give you. So, say a lot of banks will do it one to one. So they might approve you for $200 as an example. I've been through that before. They'll approve you for $200. Well, then you have to deposit $200 with them to get the credit card. So they give you the two. You send them the $200 deposit. They give you the $200 credit card, and that is a way to rebuild your credit by getting that card, using that card, and making your payments on time and using the card uh, responsibly and whatnot. Um, you're not going to get a high credit limit, but it's a good way. You can put small transactions on there. You can, go put groceries on there, put gas on there, that kind of thing, and pay it off. Now, what I would do is I would probably go for a secured card that actually gives you a little bit of cash back. Some of the great cards out there that I think are really good secured cards are cards by U.S. Bank. I talk about U.S. Bank a lot on my channel. I have several credit cards with U.S. Bank, and they offer secured versions on a lot of those cards. So while you are while you apply for the card, you give them money for the deposit to get the credit card, then you're also earning cash back with that card as well. So it benefits you that way. And then over time, there's no set time with this, um, but at some point, your scores will go up. Your score will go up, and at some point, you'll get to a point where the bank will unsecure the card for you. So basically, they'll say, "Hey, we're going to convert your account to a non-secured account." They'll send you your money back that you sent them for the deposit, and then your account is then unsecured. It may take some time, but it does happen. It's happened with me before, so that's a good way to establish credit. It's probably the number one way I would do that, especially if you've had credit in the past and it's crashed and your scores are bad now, so you have like defaulted accounts and whatnot. Getting a secured card is probably the number one thing I would do. Number two, I mean, you can try for non-secured cards. There's the Chase Freedom Rise card, which is made for people with trying to establish credit. Um, I I I don't know what the chances are of getting that card if you have crashed, crashed your credit. So, and what I mean by crash credit, I mean not intentionally or anything. Just life happens, stuff happens. So not throwing any shade at all, because life happened to me. So, um, so there's that. You can do that. You could also maybe try for a Discover card. Discovered is also fairly a little bit more lenient on credit history and whatnot. You can try one of those two cards, like this Discover It or something like that, or like the Chase Freedom Rise card. Try one of those cards and see if if that works for you. Um, the unconventional way that I did it was through an auto loan. So in that same video I referenced, when my credit was completely trashed, I lost my car. My car got repossessed. I was borrowing a friend's car for several months until until he needed the car back, and then I had to go do something. So I went to one of those, um, uh, you know, car lots where a lot of the cars are all high mileage, and it's basically the last chance auto loan place. So I got lucky. I had no credit. I mean, I was at the very, very, very bottom, and I had nothing. So, but I got to that lot. I got lucky. I found a little Honda Civic that had like had hit just 100,000 miles. So for a Honda, that's like just getting broken in. So I found that little Honda Civic, test drove it. And so I thought, okay, if I'm going to get a used car and I'm going to do this, this is the car I want because I know it's going to serve me well. And I got approved for it. My interest rate was crappy. My payment was not too horribly bad. But I mean, it was a, we know you have no credit and you're lucky we're giving you a loan. Um, but I had that car for about 4.5 years. Had a 4-year loan on it. I made every payment on time. I paid the car off. I actually drove the car with no loan at all on it for a little while until the AC started going bad on it. And then I knew it was time to get something else. But by the time I had done that, so in that 4-year time frame that I had that Honda Civic, my credit went from like 540. By that time, I hadn't gotten my first credit card yet. Um, my credit was like in the upper 600s. Might have even been like 700. Might have even been like 710, something like that. So just the car loan helped establish my credit. That's what happened with me. The car loan helped rebuild my credit, and paying that loan off, making those payments on time, um, helped me to get my credit to, upper 600, lower, I think it was like 710 if I remember correctly now. And Then a little bit later on, I got my first credit card after that, in my rebuilding phase. So, and that was the City Double Cash card. So in 2017. So though that's a few ways that you can build your credit. That's from my own personal experience. I'm sure other people have other options out there, but those are the things that I've done in the past to help reestablish myself. And then the person did also mention travel. Um, you know, traveling on points and miles is awesome, but you have to get the credit up first before you can get the cards that I talk about on the channel that do help with uh, travel perks, that do give you a lot of points and miles to be able to travel on points and miles. So um, that's just what I've done. That's what I've gone through. That's my personal experience. Uh, what do you all think? Let's talk about this in the comment section below. I'm really curious to hear what you all have to say. Also, too, if you enjoy this kind of content and have not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so because it is free and it gets the channel visible to more people just like you who are watching right now. I thank you again. If you want to support me a little bit more, you can also become a member of the channel. My membership right now is $1.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. Right now, I'm doing members only videos about once every other week now, something like that, and I'm trying to do members only video or members only streams uh, once a month as well. So trying to get into that groove as well. If you do become a member, let me know because I want to thank you personally because it means a lot that you do that. It blows my mind. So I appreciate the support. Also, too, I do have a lot of links for a lot of the credit cards I talk about down in the description below for all of the Amex cards, for several of the Chase cards, for the Built Mastercard as well. You could even buy me a coffee at Ko-Fi, which is the free tipping platform as well. That link is down there too. If you do use my links, please tell me because you choosing me out of the plethora of other options you have out there means a lot. It means so much that I want to personally thank you for that. Now, if you please do me a big favor and please be good to each other today, okay? And please be respectful. And until next time, bye for now.